You've been told your story needs two things: an outer plot, so the events, the conflicts, the rising action, and an inner journey, so the emotional arc, the character growth. So naturally, you try to build both. After all, that's what best-selling authors do, right? Do they though? Because here's what actually happens by the time you finish that first draft. Your plot is running in one direction, your character arc is drifting in another, and the whole thing feels like it's pulling itself apart. It's either all action with zero emotional weight, or it's all introspection with nothing really happening. And suddenly you're staring at a month of work that will take years to fix in revision. That's if you don't throw in the towel first. Here's what no one tells you. Best-selling authors don't write two storylines running in parallel. They force them to collide at 12 key moments, pulling the plot and character arc into one unified story where neither can dominate. This is what we call a dual storyline, and once you understand it, you'll stop fearing revision because you'll write a first draft that won't fall apart. So today, I'm going to show you how to build a dual storyline for your story. The dual storyline is the key to writing a structurally sound first draft that requires minimal revision. And I'm going to show you my proprietary framework, the Story Pillars method, that makes it super easy to achieve that result. Okay, maybe not super easy, that would be overpromising, but it's definitely making it a lot simpler than if you're trying to do it on your own. There's nothing hidden behind paywalls, there's no live training or yearly academy stuff that I'm trying to get you into, except if you want to work directly with me. Other than that, everything is here for free, either in this video or across the rest of the channel. So if you're happy with that, like and subscribe, say hi in the comments, and we'll crack on with the rest of the video. Now, if you're new here, hey, I'm Julian, storytelling coach with a little bit of a cold today. I spent the past few years working with fiction writers from across the world to implement this concept of dual storyline, helping them complete their first draft without the dreaded structural revision phase. So how do you build a dual storyline for your novel? You use what I call dual story pillars. Now, quick context, the Story Pillars method is built around 6 core pillars that have 6 levels of applications. For the dual storyline level, these pillars become dual story pillars because they're specific to building a dual storyline, and they do the double duty of colliding your outer plot with your inner journey. That's why they're called dual story pillars. Not because you have 2 separate things, but because each pillar serves both storylines simultaneously. For context, this is what a complete outline built with the Story Pillars method looks like. I know it might look a little bit complex at first glance, but the good news is you can build a dual storyline with whatever structure resonates best with you. The Story Pillars method is just one approach. Now, notice something important. The dual storyline doesn't start at the very beginning of your story. That's because you need to get your readers emotionally involved before the dual storyline kicks in. I made a whole video on that opening structure. I'll link it in the description. But back to the dual storyline, it begins with what I call a decoupled inciting incident. This means you need 2 story pillars working together, the first one being the inciting threat, and then the second one being the inciting opportunity. Here's how they work. The inciting threat bends the status quo of your protagonist's world. It creates tension, feeds their fear, and foreshadows its counterpart, the inciting opportunity, which then breaks that status quo. It gives your protagonist a choice to proactively enter a new world, and this choice creates their very first Cornelian dilemma. This is what kickstarts your dual storyline. So let me show you an example from the first book of The Hunger Games. Now, if you haven't read it, in this story, teenagers are randomly selected and thrown into a televised battle royal where they fight to the death in an arena. The inciting threat happens when Katniss, so our protagonist, encounters the mayor's daughter wearing a dress that she wouldn't normally wear. The girl explains that she just turned 12, which is the minimum age to be selected for the Hunger Games, and wants to look good on TV if her name gets called. This bends Katniss's status quo because it reminds her that Prim, her sister, also just turned 12. Her name is now also in the pool. But it doesn't break the status quo yet. The inciting opportunity, so the moment that breaks everything, is when Prim's name is actually called. Now, Katniss faces her first Cornelian dilemma: let her sister go to a certain death or volunteer and face death herself. The inciting threat foreshadows this moment, and the inciting opportunity forces the choice. And just like that, plot and character arc collide for the very first time. Now, if you're looking at these first 2 pillars and thinking, whoa, I could use some help with this for my own story, you might be interested to join the Dual Storyline Challenge. It's a challenge where we work together over 4 weeks to build your complete outline. You get masterclasses that cover the method that I share here on the channel, but in more depth and in a structured way. We meet live once a week. You get get workbooks, you get the official story pillars map as well to complete your outline, and you even get to work in squads with other challengers to brainstorm and solve outline problems together. So if that sounds like what you need, then the link is in the description below. Right, so once your protagonist enters this new world, they will naturally face what we call progressive complications. But for your dual storyline, these external events must force internal responses, each one colliding plot with character in a specific way. There are 6 types of progressive complications, but today I'm going to show you the 4 most essential ones for building your dual storyline. The first one is the moral complication. Something external happens that tests your protagonist's inner moral compass. Do they like to protect someone, betray a value to survive? The idea here is to force them to choose between what's right and what's easy. The second type is the psychological complication. Something external triggers a flawed emotional response rooted in their backstory, primarily a psychological wound that they will eventually have to face. So maybe in your story, the psychological wound is a breakup. It could also be being abandoned at birth. And here something external triggers their fear of being unworthy of love. Maybe they lash out at a friend. Maybe they freeze when someone makes them look weak in front of others. Whatever it is, the wound drives the reaction and the reaction drives the plot forward. The third type of progressive dual complication is the world-building complication. Something external related to the rules or nature of this new world forces your protagonist to act in a way that's counterproductive to their goal. Maybe they break up the rules when the last thing they really want is to get expelled from this new school or from this new job. Maybe they put their life on the line when they can't really afford to die and leave someone behind. But whatever it is, it tests their inner motivation to their external goal within the story. And the fourth essential complication you'll need are the echo complications. These happen towards the end of your story and echo the moral, psychological, and world-building complications. Now, be careful here. These aren't called mirror complications. You don't repeat the exact same situations. That would be a little bit redundant. Instead, you craft new external complications that trigger the same emotional pressure points. Except this time, your protagonist responds differently. This shows your readers how much they've grown and sets up the internal breakthrough that's coming. Echo complications aren't optionals. They're mandatory if you want a dual storyline that lands emotionally. They are the necessary stepping stones for your protagonist to eventually have their aha moment and resolve their internal conflict in a way that leaves a lasting impact. Now, the next dual story pillars is the ultimate moral dilemma. This is the turning point of your dual storyline, pretty much the point of no return. Now, be careful here. The turning point of your dual storyline is not a plot twist. A plot twist is a plot-focused moment that does not belong in the dual storyline. It surprises your readers about what's happening, nothing more. The ultimate moral dilemma is about your character's internal choice. It forces them to face their psychological wound and confront who they are and what to desire most. It's an external pressure that creates an internal crisis. The ultimate moral dilemma is triggered by an external force, usually delivered by either your villain or a key character on your protagonist's side. So for example, this could be the villain offering your protagonist the one thing they've always wanted, but at a terrible cost. Or it could be that your self-centered protagonist and their love interest are lost at sea with seemingly only one spot left on a floating door. And this moment throws your story into the next pillar, the ultimate moment of crisis and contemplation. Throughout your story, your protagonist will go through various moments of crisis and contemplation, but this one in particular is different. This is where your protagonist is forced to confront the psychological wound that's been holding them back the entire time and give up what they thought they desired most. And in confronting it, they finally have their aha moment and see what the story needed them to learn, which in the story pillars method is called the moral need. The plot has pressured them to the breaking point. Now the character must break through. Naturally, after that, you'll have the final 2 dual story pillars, the ultimate climax, where your protagonist takes either the moral or amoral action, defining whether they have a positive or negative arc. This is where inner transformation meets outer action, followed by the resolution of your dual storyline, which coincides with the resolution of your overall story. The plot resolves because your protagonist has changed. Your protagonist has changed because the plot forces them to. One unified story. So these are the 12 most essential dual story pillars that create the dual storyline of your story. When you build these 12 moments into your outline, you create a structure where plot and character can't run away from each other. When one moves, the other ripples. Now, of course, there's more to your story than just these 12 pillars. So if you want to learn what happens before your dual storyline kicks in, so how to open your story in a way that emotionally hooks your readers, then watch this video next. And if you'd like direct help building your outline, you can either join the Dual Storyline Challenge or book one-to-one coaching sessions with me. Links are in the description. All right, I'll see you in the next one.